What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter von Panda here. The new iPhones get really good battery life, but what happens when it's not good enough? Well, what I didn't realize until recently is that Apple released an iPhone XS Max smart battery case. Now, if you're familiar with the other older iPhones, I know that they had these types of cases before. They're kind of like a humpback case. They're not maybe the slickest or sleekest thing I've ever seen in my life, but you know, they are manufactured and designed by Apple, so I kind of like the fact that they were obviously integrated and probably well tested and pretty high quality. But I never tried one on my own, and when I upgraded to the new iPhone, I thought the battery life was really good. In fact, even a full day's worth of use out of it is not uncommon. That being said, I'm really intrigued by this extra battery because there are some days when I feel like I could really tax it quite a bit. Now, the first thing I will tell you is I pulled out the case and you can see there's like foam glued down here. This is not a separate part, but that's how it stays in there. So really nice kind of over-engineered packaging in some ways. And then here's the battery case. It has a little bit of weight to it. You can see here we've got all the paper goodies inside. Looks like you kind of fold the top down, slide your phone in, and then flip it back over. I'm assuming and I'm hoping that it's just that simple. And you can see I got it in white. They also have it in black, but since I have a white iPhone, I kind of wanted to match that. And this is what I'm talking about, this little humpback. It's almost like a 3-box car design here. This looks very much like any kind of firmish silicone case. We have really nice molded in buttons here in gray, and then cut out for the volume rocker, cut out here with a large beveled edge for the camera. Again, a molded in button. It looks like it's gray there. And then cutouts here for the speakers, and then another lightning port here, because not only will I be able to put this on, and I'm just going to kind of bend this back and do it as they suggest, because you kind of want to slide it right into this lightning connector there, kind of straight away. So I'm going to slide that in. Okay, got it. Just flip the top down, and now you can see here we do get a little screen protection because this is raised. This edge is raised above the glass just a little bit. It's probably a millimeter raised, which is nice. That's actually a pretty decent screen protection. Feels nice. This is kind of a soft, matte, rubberized finish here, so it's really smooth in the hand. I kind of worry a little bit about this showing dirt and grime over time, especially in the white, but the black might do that too. I do like that the Apple logo's right there. You can see how tight of a fit it is around the camera housing. I mean, it just really hugs that housing. And then as you might be able to see there, even that's about a millimeter thicker than the housing, so you'll get some protection there. No problem getting to the switches here. Volume buttons, everything works. Yep. Then you can see here, speaker and the microphone holes are all lined up, but the battery, because it's piggybacked here, the lightning connector's here where it's here on the phone. Now this is really kind of interesting here because this also will allow you, and apparently it's integrated pretty nicely. I'm gonna just hit the phone here, and it's not charging, so I kind of don't think that there's any charge on this bad boy yet. But what we have is the capability to really charge this in any way you like. So I've got a lightning cable here. I'm just going to plug it in. Okay, so I saw the phone just power on, because I've got it plugged in here. And so you can see there, it is actually charging. So the case must have been discharged. Now, I don't see any lights on the case to indicate the battery status to me. So it's kind of just like regular charging of the iPhone. You're charging the battery and that's kind of passing through to the iPhone itself. And obviously, I think it'll work kind of in tandem, not necessarily in parallel, because I don't think this battery will charge up until this battery stops drawing on it. It's really just kind of passing through. I don't see that. I can't figure that the current here is enough to kind of charge them both in parallel. So now the issue here is that because the iPhone XS and the iPhone 10 and the XS Max all had wireless charging, they already thought of that and they put a wireless charging receiver in the back of here. So let's go and check that out. And I also want to bring up the fact that what happens when you're wireless charging and charging on a cable. So I'll show you that too. So I have a wireless charger set up here, and I just want to show you, I've got the phone here, and I'm just going to kind of center it with the hump centered. No, we're not getting anything. There. So if I actually center it, even though the hump starts here and the center of it's probably here, you actually do want to center the phone for the most part. You can see it's charging there. Now, I'm going to pull it off here because it only shows up for a second, but if I put it down here, you can see I actually get 2 notifications about how charged the battery is on the phone and on the case right there. And if I take it off, so when you put it down or pick it up, That's how it works. Now I'm going to just go into my today view here too, because this is where you can find the status as well. So you can see my phone is pretty much charged, but the smart battery case is not charged basically at all. Now the other thing I want to tell you here is I've got the phone down. You know, my room here is really well lit. I should probably go low light. But kind of in the instructions on the case, it says that when it's charging, there's an amber light that glows. And I don't see that anywhere. And it may just be too bright in here, but even as I kind of looked in lower light levels, I don't see it. It might be hidden behind the case or kind of really subtle somewhere, but I don't see that anywhere. So just going to keep that in mind. But I certainly think plugging it in is going to be the fastest way to charge this up. But it is kind of nice to have, you know, basically almost double the battery capacity, you know, especially if you're going to be on the road for an extended period of time, start early in the morning, not be done till late at night, kind of having that peace of mind, especially if you're going to be taking a lot of calls or watching video or playing music, those types of things. So pretty cool. I dig it. You can pick this up. You got to pick it up from Apple itself, but I really like the fact that it's well integrated, obviously, into the OS as well. So I will put a link to the description. Peter von Panda, out.